Have you ever wondered why the Big Apple is the name given to New York City? The complex and surprising history of this nickname reflects the culture, jazz, horse racing, and aspirations for prosperity of New York City. It is not related to orchards or apples. Let's examine the intriguing past of the most well-known American city name. The name, Big Apple, while popular in the 1920s, has a longer history. Horse racing was one of the most popular sports in America at the start of the 20th century. While there were important races across the country, the biggest and most well-known events were held in New York City. In 1920, New Orleans racetracks were visited by John J. Fitzgerald, a sports writer for the New York Morning Telegraph. In New York City, he heard jockeys and stable staff referring to the racetracks as the Big Apple. For them, the Big Apple, that everyone wanted to bite into, the ultimate goal, and the biggest prize was New York. Fitzgerald liked the phrase so much that he began using it often in his newspaper columns, especially when discussing horse racing. His usage aided in the popularity of the term throughout the 1920s and 1930s. The term was coined by jazz musicians in the 1930s and 1940s. Jazz artists could pursue careers in New York. Playing in Harlem's jazz clubs or Manhattan venues was a sign that you had made it. Many black jazz artists came up with the term, Big Apple, to describe the city that gave them the most possibilities and recognition. A dance called the Big Apple became very popular in the late 1930s. As a result, the moniker became widely used in American popular culture, from sportswriters to jazz greats. Although the nickname was popular for a few decades, it began to decline in the middle of the 20th century. By the 1950s and 1960s, the majority of people had stopped using the Big Apple unless something changed. In the 1970s, financial crisis, rising crime rates, and a deteriorating reputation were all problems for New York City. In an effort to increase tourism and entice tourists to return to the city, the New York Convention and Visitors Bureau resurrected the Big Apple as a branding slogan in 1971. The Big Apple re-established itself as a proud and recognizable nickname for New York City through TV ads, billboards, and posters. It was the epitome of everything that New York was known for: strength, ambition, culture, and perseverance. Today, the Big Apple is more than simply a cliché. It's a global brand. You can find souvenirs, coffee mugs, t-shirts, and even a Big Apple corner in Manhattan, which was officially designated in 1997 to honor John J. Fitzgerald for his role in making the phrase popular. Millions of tourists visit New York each year, which they proudly refer to as the Big Apple. This name connects the past and present of New York City, from horse racetrack to jazz clubs and, more recently, to the international tourism stage. Why is an apple used? In literature and symbolism, apples often represent temptation, success, wisdom, and rewards. For aspiring performers, musicians, entrepreneurs, and dreamers, New York City is the ultimate prize, the goal, and the ideal. The Big Apple is not merely a nickname. It is a metaphor for striving for great things in a big city. As you now know, New York's nickname, the Big Apple, has its roots in jazz, sports, culture, and ambition. It's not simply a name, it's a legacy. Give this video a thumbs up.